Dun, 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 dun. It is the Mike and Molson Too Good for Radio podcast, a.k.a. the Sex and Pooh podcast, because those are going to play. They're going to weigh in heavily here. We're also going to debut a new segment of the show this week as well. So make sure you got a nice snack or a beverage as you listen to this one, because we begin with a pilot who had a nice beverage.
Let's take you to meet Captain Lawrence Russell Jr.
Captain Lawrence, Captain Larry.
He was getting ready to go on to his flight from Edinburgh over to New York's JFK.
Okay.
Puts his bag through the X-ray scanner, and they say, hey, you got too many liquids in there. We don't know what it is, but we need you to open your bag.
Uh-oh. What is Captain Larry trying to smuggle through in his contraband?
They found 2 bottles of Jägermeister.
How old is Captain Larry?
Just under half full.
Wait a second. So
remember, he's ready to pilot
the plane, and he has 2 half-full bottles.
And they say, so he's about 90 minutes before the flight was to take off. You know how the pilots always walk in.
Right, they just do whatever.
It's
yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Here I am. And
they need me up there. I'm just going to fly this thing.
And they say, hey, we need you to open your bag. I said, yeah, my bag. I said, for whatever you need to do. I'm going to follow all the rules. Russell told police he was a captain with Delta and said he had not been drinking recently. The bottles were from the previous evening. He was asked to give a breath sample and failed. He's about to fly an airplane.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that you have 2 half full. Why not just finish one and bring another one, you dummy?
Matters, yeah. They said, according to the breathalyzer, he was twice the legal limit for pilots.
I hope that's a lower threshold than actual drivers, right?
It is. It's .04.
Okay, good.
But or half the limit for those to operate a
motor vehicle.
A vehicle. Pilots also cannot have consumed alcohol within 8 hours of flying, according to the FAA. He was immediately arrested. A blood sample was taken showing that he had alcohol in his system, and they had to cancel the flight.
All because of Jägermeister?
I know, it does. It's like there could not be a more frat boy thing
to
have
for Captain Larry.
Half of.
Yes. Unless his MO was, man, I really can't stand the taste of Red Bull. The only thing that can get me through it is a Jaeger bomb to keep me awake for this flight.
So he was sentenced to 10 months in prison for the crime of protection of the public, noting that Russell will be able to be reemployed as a pilot after completing an aviation medical suit. He really shouldn't.
No, you can't. If it was a half drunk bottle of like a Macallan Neat or something, like a Macallan 18, if he was classy, it's one thing. But you can't do that with 2 half Jaeger bottles. That's just no.
And just to give you an idea, because a lot of the reasons why you're having so much trouble buying airplane tickets right now is staffing problems.
Correct.
It has nothing to do with the airlines or the economy. It's just like we just can't find pilots right now.
Correct.
Russell had since been treated for alcoholism and noted that he had been diagnosed with severe alcohol use disorder and he had not consumed alcohol. He has not consumed alcohol for 277 days, as
Good
lawyer
on
said.
Captain Larry.
Yeah, and that reduced his sentencing to 10 months. But man, what a crazy thing to see. You go, oh man, this is really inconvenient. My flight's been canceled to New York. Why? Well, because the pilot downed half a bottle of Jägermeister.
Captain Larry's having a good time last night.
And was swerving through the check-in lane.
Yikes.
And couldn't get it there. So they stopped good old Captain Larry from flying your plane.
Thank you to all the security there to stop that from happening. Up next, we have a new segment, This Week in OnlyFans.
Getting bigger and bigger by the month, OnlyFans.
Well, speaking of bigger and bigger,
okay,
there is this mother in Toronto, Canada. Let me introduce you to Lila King. Lila King says that a snooty teacher shamed her when she was dropping her kids off at school for not wearing a bra, and other moms are jealous she might, quote, steal their husbands. Because you see, one Lila King has size P breasts.
Size P?
Yeah. That's
way down the alphabet.
She regularly goes without a bra to the weight of her back-breaking breasts, including when she picks her kids up from school.
How big is... I got to look this up. Go ahead, keep reading. I'm going to look up what size
she is. She is 5'3" and claims one teacher, quote, looked her up and down and then told her she looked inappropriate while staring at her chest. The 27-year-old mother says she gets disapproving looks from other moms who fear she will steal their husbands. Lila, who has a chest size of 34P, shared the obstacles that she faced due to her chest size, starting when she was young.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to picture what that is.
Size P. She goes on to say that when she was in 7th grade, she went from an A cup to a large C cup by the end of the year. As a kid, that was the last thing I wanted. I would have been happier being flat-chested. People used to always bully me because they thought I would stuff my bra. It was mostly the girls that bullied me. She continued going to high school in the 9th grade. I was an E cup. I couldn't wear the bras or clothing that I wanted. Bras were too expensive.
Yeah.
I struggled to find fashionable clothes that fit well. Over the years, as my boobs got bigger, I started to get symptoms that made me more uncomfortable.
Couldn't you buy like a military hammock or something? And
something along those lines?
Or?
Yeah, exactly. She says she considered a reduction when she was younger. When I was 18, I went and saw a plastic surgeon about a reduction. I had to lose 8 to 12 pounds in order to get one. I did, but I just never went back because the thought of surgery scares me. So I got the big old jumblies going on.
Yeah.
And I can't wear a bra because they're too expensive, they're cost prohibitive, and they hurt my big old boobies. So quit looking down upon me for my breastises.
So the cup size goes from double A, which is itty bitty.
Yeah. Itty bitty.
Yeah. A, B, C, D, double D, E, triple D, F, quadruple D, G.
Okay.
And then it goes H through R. So P is like the third from the
Q,
biggest.
Only thing bigger would be Q or R.
Yeah, they break. You know, after that, the bra company goes. We got
that. We got nothing.
We don't make those.
We tie two hooded sweatshirts together and just hope for the best at that point. So she feels like these people are, unrightfully looking down upon her. Now, I will go on to say that she now makes a little bit of cashola from the OnlyFans.
Oh, no kidding.
And she says that
I'm shocked.
She says that her husband enjoys her big boobs. Of course he does. And shocking, she's on only. I think they're probably looking more down on her for the OnlyFans than not wearing a bra, dropping the kids off.
Are they enjoyable at that size? I mean, I think it goes from like, wow, those are very large to I'm kind of afraid right now.
I think you're right. I think in the midst of the throes of passion, you would feel like Indiana Jones and the boulders rolling down towards you. You'd have to escape before things happen.
Right. Remember that stripper that got sued for dropping her breast on a guy's head?
Yeah, knocking him out, giving him a concussion.
And broke his neck or something. I mean,
she can't turn around too quickly.
There comes a point where you go, all right, this is 5'3".
5'3" with I don't know if those are natural 34Ps from Lila King, but nonetheless, don't make fun of her for her big boobs. Speaking of moms on OnlyFans,
Andressa Urich is
Andressa who?
Andressa Urich.
Okay,
is a successful OnlyFans content creator. She has 3 million followers on Instagram.
Good Lord!
She's the former Miss Bum Bum. Remember that big contest in Brazil?
Bum 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 bum.
And a successful dancer, and so she says, "Hey, I'm going to go on OnlyFans."
All right.
Well, you can't just I guess on OnlyFans you can just set a camera up on a tripod and do the thing. But if you really want to get good, you hire a cameraman.
Yeah, you have to. You get the right angles for everything else to make sure that you have high quality content.
So she goes to the nearest person she can find to run the camera.
Okay.
Her 18-year-old son, Arthur.
Pardon me? What is that? Wait, what? Come again?
Yeah. Her son is her cameraman.
For her OnlyFans?
For her OnlyFans page.
No, okay.
There was a Q&A last summer, and her son, Arthur, who was 18 at the time, was asked, Arthur, are you the one who films Andressa's OnlyFans? He replied, yep, I'm really badass with pictures, right?
Of your mom's ass.
Of your mom.
Of your mom's ass. Miss Bum Bum's Bum Bum pics are from her son's son.
Arthur says he's unfazed by it. Hey, it's just a job. He doesn't seem to be bothered.
How can you wait a second? How can you be unfazed by it?
One person said, you are not ashamed of your mother selling herself? Do you film her like this? To which the teenager replied, I'm not ashamed. I'm very serene with her decision.
I get that. I get supporting your mom and not being ashamed by your mom being, but there's one thing to be not ashamed, another thing to be an active participant in it.
Arthur and his mother are apparently so close that they were spotted hitting nightclubs together.
No, you can't do that.
Apparently, her ex-husband, his dad, doesn't really like that, though.
Probably not. I can see why.
He said, what about a mother who takes her own son to a whorehouse to watch her mother rub against other men? I made this decision. And so she says this was a religious decision for her.
What?
Oh, yeah. She focuses on her religion. I made the decision because God has bothered me with many things, and I like to know that if I die, I won't take anything with me, she said. I'm starting over with God. But the 36-year-old returned to the platform just 2 months later.
After she's like, wait a minute, God's not paying the bills.
God's not sending me any tips.
Does she think because the son came from there that it's okay if he sees it again? Is that her?
It's like a homecoming.
Is that her? Is that her? Just for a moment, if I may, I hate to put this thought in any listener's mind, but just think for a moment. Your mother comes to you and says, "Listen, I have some really racy videos. I'm going to be nude. I may be doing stuff. I don't trust anyone but you to record me doing it or take those photos." Mm-hmm. What is your answer? Oh, hell no. It should be the correct one.
It should be. It should be. But she has a lot of followers, and she charges $50 a month to subscribe.
And she's got 3 million followers?
She has 3 million Instagram followers.
But to get the good stuff on OnlyFans, $50.
$50 a month for whatever it is you get on OnlyFans.
It better be good stuff.
And some really good camera work from her own son.
18-year-old son. You know what? I bet you for some people that's why they pay extra, knowing that the son is shooting it.
You know, you're right
there's
about that.
There's some gross-ass people out there.
You're right about that. I'm looking at her son right now, and he's got this very elaborate neck tattoo with a cross right in the middle.
Of course. You know, because they're a religious family.
Because Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Jesus. Let me introduce you, as we continue on in This Week in OnlyFans, to one Emily Charlotte. She is 25 years old from Surrey, England. She has a rare condition where she has 2 lady parts. She was born with 2 cervixes, and now she has 2 boyfriends. And saying it's not cheating because each one uses a specific vagina.
Okay. So she has 2 vaginas?
It's a rare condition called uterus didelphys. She was born with 2 wombs and cervixes. She's revealed that she also has 2 boyfriends, but insists it's not cheating because they each have a vagina to themselves.
That one's for Paul.
Yeah, you can't be using the Dan. Annie Charlotte from Surrey.
Man, I want to give it to you in the Steve tonight. No,
you can't.
That would be wrong.
That'd be wrong indeed. She previously caused a stir when she revealed her diagnosis, a condition which she discovered when she had the contraceptive coil fitted at the age of 16. The medical phenomenon means that, incredibly, the model could conceive 2 babies with 2 different men at the same time. She also has 2 periods. She managed that with contraception. After a long-term relationship ended last year, she went on to meet 2 new men and claims it isn't cheating because each one have their own designated vagine. She said, I'm still trying to... She has 2 doorways?
Yeah, she has 2 doorways.
You got 2 ways in?
She's got 2 ways in. Yep. She says, I don't cheat because I let my boyfriends use 1 each.
And are they okay with that?
She works as the OnlyFans model. However, she added the 2 partners don't really know about each other.
How do you then bring it up in conversation to be like, nope, you're in the wrong one.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong one. What do you mean? No, that's the one just for me, I guess is what she tries to pass it off to her friends, or her boyfriends, I should say. I never told either of them about each other. I don't think they needed to know. They both have their own vagina, so they only have sex with that one. Okay. First of all, there's so much goof in this particular story.
I mean, this is.
But how do you then, if you're dating her, how do you not want to try out the other to see if you're not getting the best model? And 2,
right.
Then how does she broach that subject of saying no, you can't?
I mean, are they both in the relatively same area?
Yes, I would.
That's not. I mean, there's not a lot of room there.
I don't know if one hangs left. And one hangs right. I don't know for certain.
Yeah,
I haven't visited her OnlyFans page.
Are they next to each other, or are they on top of each other?
That's my question. I don't know. I would imagine next to would be easier to blockade than one or the other. Up or down?
I'm not sure.
She said, Annie's been dating one of the men for 4 months, the second for 2 months. I started dating one only recently. I got my first boyfriend last year and then just kind of enjoyed that until it fizzled out and then started dating 2 new people. It was casual at first, but we started hanging out more and more. She revealed that both of her partners make content with her for the adult platform.
Come on. And they don't know about each other.
No. She says, Annie says it can be, quote, hard to juggle both men, but she sees them each once a week and spends alternate weekends with them. I wouldn't say we have a sex schedule per se, but I don't have sex with them both on the same day. That would be ridiculous.
Are you picturing the Looney Tunes cartoon where the dogs are going to work and passing each other?
Yes.
Morning, Frank.
Morning
Ralph.
Yeah. She says, though they are separate vaginas, fluid could pass in between the two, and I just feel like they would get upset if they knew.
This is really what is going to become of internet content now. It's going to be like a sideshow. It's like, hey, come see the woman with a cow's head and an extra vaginas.
There's 2
Here's
snakes
the
there.
3-boobed woman.
Check out the 2-wienered man. Guys seem to get upset about girls sleeping with 2 guys with a 24-hour period, so I just thought it'd be for the best. She says there's a kind of a schedule when it comes to making OnlyFans content compared to when we have fun sex, though. It isn't very strict. I'm able to have fun with my boyfriends on and off camera at different times. And she keeps going on. She has 34,000 followers on Instagram.
Come on.
So anyway, she says a double uterus when developing a womb, yada, yada, yada.
This is
Surgery is possible, but speaking about when she learned about her diagnosis, she said, I was a young woman. I was just starting to become interested in dating and exploring different parts of my body, and suddenly was told it was different than anyone else's. And so that's from there. She had the 2 Vs. And she said, I stopped looking at a medical issue and all the problems that could arise from having children, and instead something that was just super cool aspect of myself because of people's reactions. They'd be shocked, but also so interested. Now I've completely embraced it and accepted it as part of myself. I've never been more confident than I am now. I'm sorry, Steve and Brian. You can't be in the Brian tonight. You got to go in your own designated hole, Steve.
Part of me wants to figure out what this is all about, and part of me wants nothing to do with it. It's like you want to look, but you don't want to look.
Correct. Yeah, you want to maybe have a free subscription to see exactly what's going on there, but I don't. I just want to get. What I do want is I don't want any part of the content or whatever, but I do want audio recordings of if they are accidentally putting it in the wrong one, how she then tells them, no, that's not for you.
There's just not a lot of real estate. If it was like one was behind her ear or something,
that's one thing.
You could figure it out. But
right.
There's something about...
One's right above the belly button.
There's got to be, I don't know, man. This is
you're
really,
right. There's a lot going on.
I want to figure it out, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want any part of that whatsoever.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Also, over in England, we've covered the sex part of the Sex and Poo podcast.
Now let's talk poo.
Yeah, let's get to the poop.
They have opened the National Pooh Museum.
Not Winnie the Pooh, actual poo?
Pooh.
All right, poo.
A world of waste awaits.
Oh, well played.
Art collection of pooey artifacts from across the world and the history of life on Earth. £5 for adult, £2.50 for children. Children under 5 are free.
Okay, good.
From Romans to the natural world, the National Pooh Museum exists to safely explore the amazing world of poo.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty amazing.
Through our unique collection and displays, we use quirkiness and family-friendly humor to break through the poo taboo.
The poo taboo. How long do you stay serious in that museum, or how quickly does the joke run off that you're in the poop museum?
Yeah, I know. And for for $5, it's like,
Yeah.
There's also there's a museum shop. Don't forget to visit our shop. Our unique National Pooh Museum merchandise is available directly. Get hands-on with our subject of choice in a way that's fascinating. You can even polish a turd.
No, you can't. You cannot polish a turd unless you go to the Pooh Museum. I guess that's where you polish a turd, much like this podcast.
We have specially designed and made an array of exciting interactive displays that allow you to lift the lid on the astonishing secret world of poo in a variety of engaging ways.
How many different ways is there to unlock the magic of poo?
There are things to sniff, handles to turn, pipes to talk through, buttons to press.
No, wait. I know what went through that pipes earlier. I'm not putting my mouth near it.
And, of course, a huge collection of preserved poos that you can get up and close with. There's a children's play area.
Okay. Is there a free poop range where I can just enjoy and make my donation.
Right. Yeah, can I save one up and then
that's what I'm saying. Can I
win a prize?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Can I wait? Can I eat a bunch of kale, have a bunch of coffee, and then go in there and say, I would like to make a donation to the museum. Here, look at this.
They have the People's Pooh Project.
The PPP?
Time to unleash your inner scientist and maybe donate a poo too.
Okay, so there is a donation situation.
If you're tired of keeping your logs a secret, you can log your log and join the People's Pooh Project, a citizen science extravaganza that explores and celebrates gut health and well-being.
Do you bring in your own poop from outside, or do you have to poop there?
You take a survey,
okay,
and contribute to the valuable citizen science research. You can look at other people's poo. Man, this is just
there's a lot. You know what? I like a good poo joke. But that's a lot. Like that. That's more poop than I think I even can laugh at. And I laugh at a lot of poop.
I know. And there's just, you want to say, so it opens up on the 29th
of March. Okay.
Yeah. And
because I'm one of those people that I'll look behind me because I always like to admire what I did or did not do.
Sure.
But I don't know if I can look at it. I mean, I imagine there's other animals and other different types of poo throughout the entire museum. But that's just a lot of poop.
It's located on the Isle of Wight on Sandtown, Battarack Batty, Talbot Road, Sandtown.
All right.
The National Pooh Museum. Also has an Instagram page, and you can follow it on Twitter.
Oh, there we go. The Sex and Pooh podcast brought to you by the National Pooh Museum. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure if she'll like it too.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
at all.
That's one of those things where you go, okay, is it novel enough to put down a sawbuck and go in there?
Yeah.
It is?
For $5?
You would do that?
For $5? There's worse places like they have museums for Spam and mustard and everything else.
Yeah.
For $5, come on. Just to get the shirt of the Pooh Museum T-shirt, I'd plunk down some more money. I'd walk through just to see.
And they have to have public restrooms. They have to, right? You have to allow anyone to come in.
I think there's probably a choice of actual restroom or display restroom.
Yeah.
Where you can be a part of the museum and you just poop right there for everyone to see.
Yeah, but I'm worried I'm donating to the collection without my permission.
What do you mean? Oh, you're thinking that they're going to collect all poo.
Oh, I think they did. They probably keep it all, don't they?
I would imagine they'd have to. Yeah. Kind of the People Pooh Collective or whatever the hell it is, the People Pooh Project or whatever it may be.
Yes,
yikes. You know what could lead to some bad gut health? A big old meat shower. They had one of those back in the day, huh?
This month is the anniversary of the Kentucky Meatshower,
which sounds like slang for a penis.
Yeah, it's
or the Urban Dictionary term of I gave the old Kentucky meat shower last night. She'll like it too.
In Bath County, Kentucky, in 1876, red meat fell from the sky in a 100 by 50 yard area. And they're apparently on March 3rd, 1876, farmer's wife, Mrs. Crouch, was making soap on her porch.
Okay.
When suddenly meat fell from the sky.
What in the hell is going on?
She said she was 40 steps from her house when the meat started to slap the ground. So she went and got her
meat slapping.
She went and got her husband.
Arthur, can you believe it? We got meat slapping.
There's meat coming from the sky.
That would freak me the hell out.
He said this was a sign from God. Most of the pieces of meat were approximately 2 by 2 inches. At least one was 4 by 4 inches, and it appeared to be beef. But according to
who blew up a cow?
But according to the report in the Scientific American, 2 men picked it up and tasted it and judged it to be either lamb or deer.
So meat starts falling from the sky. Do you pick it up and eat it?
In 1876.
Yeah, that was free meat.
Yeah, free meat's coming from the sky. May as well check out what it is.
I don't know if I have that refined a palate to know the difference between lamb, beef, and deer.
The theory is that...
how did all this meat fly from the sky?
Yeah. They said that Dr. Alan McLean stated that the meat had been identified as lung tissue from either a horse or a human infant.
Not lamb, nor deer, nor beef.
The structure of the organ of these two cases is almost identical. So it's either horse or a baby.
That freaks me out that a horse or baby have that kind of lung capacity. Now I feel bad about watching the Kentucky Derby. I wouldn't want someone to make a baby run that far.
And I guess the theory is that some sort of birds of prey, vultures, will vomit.
Oh, yeah.
So that they can fly away faster.
Okay.
So if something's going
going awry,
if they feel threatened, and so they might be flying overhead and go blork. I need to.
Oh, now it's even worse. You're eating vulture vomit.
I need to release some ballast here.
How many vultures were there then that there was that much meat shower running going?
He said that the flattened, dry appearance of the meat as a result of the pressure noted 9 days later, it appeared all over Kentucky, and they said that that's probably what was going on there, was that a flock of vultures got scared and said, we need to get out of here fast.
Blurp.
Empty your stomachs on these farmers down here. Splat, splat, splat. Oh, I gotta taste this thing to see if it's lamb.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's lining, all right.
So happy anniversary to the Kentucky Meatshower back in 1876.
By the way, text Meatshower to 69697 and you'll get your free bottle of Nugenics.
That's our coupon code this week.
Exactly. Meatshower. By the way, Kentucky Meatshower, also Doug Flutie's nickname. Finally, we wrap up the Too Good for Radio podcast with another story about the old hibbity-dibbity.
Mm-hmm.
We go down to the wonderful state of Florida, where a couple of individuals were caught having sex on the sidewalk in front of a Popeyes in plain view of passing motorists. A sheriff deputy located 2 suspects trysting on a patch of grass from the Vero Beach restaurant. Here's where it gets even grosser. 70-year-old Arnold Mackey was making a thrusting motion while on top of 44-year-old April White.
Because, of course.
When confronted by the deputy, the duo began adjusting their shorts. Mackey, the cop noted, appeared flustered, and when was able to fully pull his shorts up, which left his penis fully exposed to oncoming traffic.
What?
So,
how high did he pull him up?
Love that chicken from Popeyes. So he's in there thrusting on April White. Cop says, "Excuse me, can't do that." "Oh, I'm sorry." And he can't pull it up fast enough in the penis. He turns around, and there it is for everyone to see. His 70-year-old Wang was out there. Claiming she had done nothing wrong, Miss White reportedly struggled with the cop, calling him a homophobic slur and other obscenities as he sought to restrain her. She smelled of alcohol, was escorted to the ground, where police found 4 empty bottles of vodka and an unopened bottle of rum.
Yeah, and a Delta pilot.
Yes.
In the back seat.
Captain Larry rooting him on. Yeah! This is why I love Florida. Jägermeister and people doing it. Both were arrested for exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor. Miss White was charged with resisting arrest and disorderly intoxication.
Wow.
How drunk do you have to be to just do it in front of the Popeyes?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the most romantic place you could find.
And she's
in an
44
emergency.
and he's 70.
Oh, God almighty.
By the way, I guess kudos to you for being 70 and still being able to function.
You know what? I'm suspecting maybe money changed hands. Do you think that's the case? Do you think it's possible that money changed hands?
That the 70-year-old man, I guess you would have to be super drunk to sleep with a 70-year-old in front of the Popeyes.
Yeah, something sounds.
This
doesn't sound like romance to me.
No. Do you think there was money changing hands or just the vodka was the exchange rate?
Yeah.
Because 4 bottles were downed.
And he flopped out his meat shower.
Give me the old Kentucky Meatshower in front of the Popeyes. His size P penis.
Oh, Lord almighty. I hate everything about this episode.
Yeah, how big does it have to be for oncoming traffic to see it, too?
We apologize. Go listen to something from NPR and clear your head a little bit.
Clear everything out. But remember, Meatshower to 6969969, and she'll like it, too.
But only in one vagina.
Yes. Not there, Steve. Only in the Dan.